I used to recommend beet juice to every patient over 60 until I discovered what happens when you mix it with just one specific ingredient. What I found changed everything I thought I knew about healthy juicing. It's true. You drink it because you want to help your heart, support your liver, boost your circulation. And beet juice can do all of that. But if you add just one wrong ingredient to that glass, you turn a healing elixir into a digestive burden that your gut simply cannot handle, especially after 60. I'm Dr. David Collins, and today I'm going to show you the 7 combinations you must avoid if you want beet juice to help you, not hurt you. And I need to warn you, there's one common breakfast item that turns this juice into a gut irritant within minutes of drinking it. We'll get to that in just a moment. Now, here's what most people don't realize. Beet juice is powerful. It's loaded with natural nitrates that open up your blood vessels, improve blood flow, and can lower your blood pressure. You might drink it first thing in the morning. Maybe you blend it into a smoothie with other healthy ingredients. Carrots, oranges, a little honey for sweetness. You feel good about it. You're proud that you're taking care of yourself. But what you don't know is that some of these healthy additions create chemical reactions in your digestive system that completely cancel out the benefits. And worse, they can actually harm you. And this is especially important for anyone over 60, because as we age, our digestive system changes. It slows down. Our stomach acid decreases. Our gut lining becomes more sensitive. What your gut could handle at 30 or 40, it struggles with now. And certain food combinations, even healthy ones, can create what I call hidden inflammation. Research shows that nearly 74% of adults over 60 experience some form of digestive discomfort on a regular basis. And a lot of it comes from combinations they think are helping them. Now, before we dive in, I want to be clear. This is educational information based on research and clinical observations. If you're currently on medications or you have specific health conditions, always talk to your doctor before making any changes to your diet. We good? Okay, let's continue. So today, I'm going to walk you through all 7 dangerous combinations. I'll explain exactly what happens in your body when you mix these ingredients with beet juice. And then, at the end, I'll give you 5 simple rules to drink beet juice safely, so you get all the benefits without any of the digestive burden. Stay with me here, because this is important. All right, dangerous combination number 1, carrots and beet juice. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, aren't carrots healthy? Don't they go together in juices all the time? Yes, and that's the problem. This combination is everywhere. But here's what's actually happening inside your body when you drink it. Both beets and carrots are high in something called oxalates. Now, oxalates are natural compounds found in many vegetables. In small amounts, they're fine. Your body can handle them. But when you combine high oxalate beets with high oxalate carrots, you're creating what researchers call an oxalate overload. And for people over 60, whose kidney function naturally declines with age, this is where things get risky. Here's what happens. Those excess oxalates, they bind with calcium in your digestive system, and they form tiny crystals. These crystals travel through your system and accumulate in your kidneys. Silently. You don't feel it happening. Not right away. But over weeks and months, those crystals can grow. And eventually, they become kidney stones. And if you've ever had a kidney stone, you know, that is pain you never want to experience again. Now, there's a second issue with this combination. Both beets and carrots are also high in natural sugars. When you juice them together, you're getting a significant sugar load. And that sugar can ferment in your digestive tract, especially if your digestion is slower, which it is after 60. The result? Bloating, gas, that uncomfortable feeling a couple hours after drinking what you thought was a healthy juice. Now, I have a question for you. Tell me in the comments. What do you usually mix your beet juice with? Be honest. I want to help you figure out if your combination is safe or if it might be causing some of those digestive issues you've been dealing with. I read every single comment, so let me know below. All right, let's move to combination number 2. And this one might surprise you because it's something people add to make their juice taste better. Dangerous combination number 2, adding honey or sugar to beet juice. Now look, I understand. Beet juice on its own can be pretty earthy. Some people say it tastes like dirt. So the natural instinct is to sweeten it up a little. A spoonful of honey, a little raw sugar. But here's the thing nobody talks about. When you add sugar to beet juice, you completely undermine the main reason most people drink it in the first place. Remember those nitrates I mentioned earlier? The compounds that help open up your blood vessels and improve blood flow? Well, studies from Harvard Medical School have shown that when you spike your blood sugar, which is exactly what happens when you add honey or sugar. You weaken your body's ability to convert those nitrates into nitric oxide. Think of it this way. The nitrates in beet juice need a stable environment to do their job. When your blood sugar suddenly shoots up, your body goes into emergency mode. It's focused on dealing with that sugar spike. And the nitrate conversion? It gets pushed to the side. But there's an even bigger problem for your gut health. That added sugar, it feeds the bad bacteria in your digestive system. Specifically, it feeds organisms like Candida and other harmful microbes that thrive on sugar. And when those bad bacteria get fed, they multiply. They produce gas as a byproduct. They create inflammation in your gut lining. They crowd out the good bacteria that you actually need for healthy digestion. So you end up with bloating, discomfort, and over time, a condition called dysbiosis, that when your gut bacteria becomes seriously imbalanced. The very benefit you were trying to get from the beet juice, the cardiovascular support, it becomes weaker, and your gut health gets worse in the process. Now, everything I just explained about sugar and honey, there's one combination that's even worse for triggering immediate digestive distress. And if you have IBS, acid reflux, or any kind of sensitive stomach, this next one is the #1 trigger I see causing problems. This is where it gets really interesting for those of us over 60, because this combination can cause symptoms within 15 to 20 minutes of drinking it. Pay close attention to this next part. Dangerous combination #3, mixing orange juice or oranges with beet juice. Now, this seems healthy, right? Vitamin C from the oranges, nitrates from the beets. Sounds like a nutrient powerhouse. But your digestive system tells a very different story. Here's the issue. Oranges are highly acidic. Beet juice, on the other hand, is alkaline. When you combine a strong acid with an alkaline liquid in your stomach, you create what's called a pH clash. And that clash triggers fermentation. Rapid fermentation. So picture this. You drink your orange beet juice combination. Maybe it's 8 a.m. You're feeling good, feeling healthy. Then, 20 minutes later, you start feeling it. Your stomach feels heavy. There's pressure building, gas, bloating, maybe even some cramping. That's the fermentation happening. The acids from the orange are reacting with the sugars in both juices, and bacteria in your gut are having a feeding frenzy. They're producing gas as fast as they can consume that sugar. And for people with IBS or inflammatory bowel conditions, this combination can trigger a flare-up that lasts for hours, sometimes even days. You're not imagining it. This is a real biochemical reaction happening in your digestive tract. All right, dangerous combination #4, apple cider vinegar and beet juice. Now, I know apple cider vinegar has become very popular in health circles. People add it to everything. And there are some legitimate benefits to apple cider vinegar when used correctly. But combining it with beet juice? That's a mistake. Here's why. Remember those precious nitrates in beet juice that I keep mentioning? The ones that convert to nitric oxide and help your blood vessels relax and open up? Vinegar, because of its high acidity, actually destroys those nitrates before your body can use them. Studies have shown that when nitrates encounter a highly acidic environment, they degrade rapidly. They break down into compounds your body can't utilize. So you're drinking beet juice for the cardiovascular benefits, but the vinegar is eliminating those benefits before they ever reach your bloodstream. But there's a second problem, especially for seniors. That level of acidity, beet juice plus vinegar, can irritate the lining of your stomach. And as we get older, our stomach lining becomes more delicate. We produce less protective mucus. So that acid combination can lead to gastritis, which is inflammation of the stomach lining. You might feel a burning sensation in your upper abdomen, nausea, sometimes heartburn that doesn't go away even with antacids. And if this continues over time, it can damage that protective lining to the point where you develop chronic inflammation, which then affects your ability to absorb nutrients from all your food, not just the juice. Quick question for you. Type yes in the comments if you've ever felt heavy or bloated after drinking what you thought was a healthy green smoothie or juice. If you have, you're not alone. And you're probably discovering why right now in this video. All right, we're over halfway through. Let's keep going. Combination #5 is one that a lot of people don't even realize they're making. Dangerous combination #5, milk or dairy with beet juice. Now, you might be thinking, who would mix milk with beet juice? But this happens more often than you'd think. Some people add beet juice to protein shakes made with milk, or they drink a glass of milk right after their beet juice. Here's the problem. When milk, or any dairy, hits the acidic environment of your stomach at the same time as beet juice, it curdles. Now, technically, Milk curdles in your stomach normally as part of digestion. That's natural. But when you combine it with beet juice, the curdling process intensifies. The proteins in the milk bind with compounds in the beet juice and form these thick, heavy clumps. And those clumps are very difficult for your digestive system to break down, especially if you're over 60 and your digestive enzymes aren't as strong as they used to be. The result? Your stomach has to work overtime. Your digestion slows way down. You feel heavy, sluggish, sometimes even nauseous. And here's the real kicker. That heavy curdled mixture in your stomach blocks the absorption of nutrients from both the milk and the beet juice. So all those minerals in the beet juice, the potassium, the magnesium, the iron, they get trapped in that curdled mass and pass right through your system without being absorbed. You're getting almost none of the benefits, just the digestive discomfort. Combination number 6, spinach and beet juice. Now, this one is tricky because it's in so many healthy green juice recipes. Beets, spinach, maybe some apple, some cucumber. It looks healthy. It sounds healthy. But remember when I talked about oxalates in combination number 1 with carrots? Well, spinach is one of the highest oxalate vegetables on the planet. When you combine spinach with beets, both extremely high in oxalates, you create what researchers call a biochemical burden on your kidneys. Your kidneys have to filter all those excess oxalates out of your blood. And as I mentioned earlier, kidney function naturally declines after 60. So you're asking your kidneys to handle a massive load that they're not equipped for anymore. Studies from a National Kidney Foundation show that high oxalate intake is one of the leading dietary causes of calcium oxalate kidney stones. And those account for about 80% of all kidney stones. If you've ever passed a kidney stone, you know it's excruciating. People describe it as worse than childbirth. And the spinach-beet combination is one of the fastest ways to increase your risk, especially if you're drinking it daily, thinking you're doing something good for yourself. Those crystals form silently. You won't know they're there until one tries to pass. And by then, the damage is done. All right, dangerous combination number 7. And this is the one I see most often, lemon and beet juice. People add lemon to everything. They think it detoxifies or alkalizes the body. And yes, lemon has vitamin C and some benefits when used appropriately. But with beet juice, it's a problem. Just like with oranges and vinegar, lemon is highly acidic. And when you add it to beet juice, you create that same pH clash I talked about earlier. The acid from the lemon disrupts the nitrates. It triggers fermentation. It can cause immediate heartburn, especially if you have any tendency toward acid reflux. But there's one more issue with lemon that's specific to beet juice. Beets are a good source of iron, which is important for energy and healthy blood cells. But excessive acid from lemon can actually block iron absorption in your digestive tract. The acid changes the pH so much that your intestines can't pull the iron out of the beet juice efficiently. So again, you're drinking this thinking you're boosting your iron levels, supporting your energy, but the lemon is preventing that from happening. Now, here's what I need you to understand. None of these foods are bad on their own. Carrots aren't bad. Spinach isn't bad. Lemon, oranges, vinegar, honey, none of them are inherently harmful. The problem is the synergy. It's what happens when you combine them with beet juice specifically. It's the chemical reactions they create together in your digestive system. Think of it like this. Water is safe. Electricity is useful. But water and electricity together? Dangerous. That's what's happening here. It's not about demonizing foods. It's about understanding how they interact in your body. So the question becomes, how do you get all the incredible benefits of beet juice, the blood flow support, the cardiovascular health, the energy boost, without any of these digestive problems or kidney risks? Imagine drinking beet juice and actually feeling the energy increase. Feeling lighter, not heavier. No bloating, no gas, no worry about kidney stones forming silently in the background. That's absolutely possible. And that's what I want to show you next. So now you know what not to do. But before I let you go, there's one more thing I need to tell you. And honestly, this might be the most important part of this entire video, because knowing what to avoid is only half the equation. Stay with me, because how you drink beet juice is just as important as what you mix it with, or don't mix it with. Here are my 5 rules for drinking beet juice safely and effectively, especially if you're over 60. Rule number 1, drink it alone or with neutral vegetables only. That means beet juice by itself. Or, if you want to dilute it or add volume, mix it with cucumber or celery. These are neutral, low-oxalate vegetables that won't create those chemical reactions we talked about. Keep it simple. Don't get fancy. This isn't the place for a 12-ingredient superfood blend. Rule number 2. Limit your portion to about 100 milliliters. That's about a third of a cup. Not a giant glass, just a small, concentrated dose. This gives you all the nitrates you need without overloading your system with oxalates or sugar. Treat it like medicine. A small, precise dose is more effective than a large one. Rule number 3. Drink it 30 minutes before breakfast on an empty stomach. This allows the nitrates to be absorbed without interference from other foods. Your stomach is empty, so there's nothing competing for absorption. And by drinking it before your meal, you avoid those fermentation reactions that happen when it mixes with food in your stomach. Rule number 4. Sip it slowly. Don't chug it. I know it doesn't taste great. You might be tempted to just get it down fast, but resist that urge. When you sip slowly, you give your digestive system time to process it gradually. No sudden shock. No overwhelming your stomach acid. Just gentle, steady absorption. Rule number 5. Use a rotation schedule. Drink beet juice for 5 days, then take 2 days off. This rotation prevents oxalate buildup and gives your kidneys a chance to fully clear everything out. Your body needs those rest days, especially after 60, when kidney filtration is slower. So there you have it. 7 dangerous combinations to avoid and 5 simple rules to follow. 6 months from now, you could still be struggling with bloating, low energy, and digestive discomfort, wondering why nothing seems to help. Or you could be one of those people who figured out how to work with your body instead of against it. The difference is in these small details. The combinations you choose, the way you drink it, the timing. Small changes, my friends, but they make a bigger difference than you'd think. If you found this information helpful and you want to see more videos like this, practical, research-based advice for gut health and aging well, just click the subscribe button below. It's completely free, and you'll get notified when I post new information that can help you feel better. And if this video was useful to you, a thumbs up really helps other people find it too. Now, if you want to learn more about healing your gut lining and reducing inflammation naturally, I made this video right here that explains the top foods that repair gut damage after 60. I think you'll find it really helpful. Just click to watch it next.